Hey traders, this is Ron Hayden at Markets Hammer. Happy Sunday. Hope you guys are having a great weekend. As always, nothing in this presentation shall constitute a recommendation to buy or sell any security. Trading stocks and options involves risk, and specific financial issues shall always be addressed by your financial advisor. We'll kick off here with the SPY on Friday, closing at fresh new all-time highs. So the S&P 500 ETF just keeps on pushing higher. You can see the down days just are very few and far between, and the bulls just continue to have the edge walking into this week. Now, why the S&P is at new all-time highs, the Dow isn't, but it's still above its red line, the 20-day EMA. Dow's doing just fine, and here are the Qs sitting up there also trying to tack on new highs as well. How about the IWM, Indigo Whiskey Mike? Still coiling. It's gone nowhere pretty much since the beginning of the month, but we're getting closer and closer. We take out, ballpark at that 159 area, then the target up here, the all-time highs, would be next on the docket. And if they start ripping higher, that could also help the overall sentiment in the market. They're lagging, but they're coiling. Just waiting for that breakout if it does happen. Let's take a look at some individual stocks. Here is IBM. Got some questions on this because we had the move down. Let me just zoom in a little closer. Here was the move down on earnings below the 50-day. Now we've gotten above it, below it, above it, below it, right? Back and forth. But the red line, that's the 20-day EMA. Let's get rid of those drawings. So the 20-day EMA is still acting as resistance. So below the 50, we got above the 50, but we can't get above the shorter term. Bottom line is we're still trapped in that bar from 417 after the earnings report. This remains a flagpole, and this is the flag. So it's still a bear flag. This is still bearish. The downside target is going to be the 200-day. It ties in with that little low right there. If the 200-day falls, you could go to where the gap up occurred at 130, and then it would be a gap fill. So IBM technically now is neutral to bearish on the daily charts. Let's look at some other stocks that had earnings this week and see how they're doing. This is ExxonMobil. If I zoom in, you can see the stock closed at 80.49 and the 50 days at 80.48. A lousy penny above. So it's clinging to it, right now. But if it closes below there, target 200-day, and then you can start going to gap fills and all the way back down to 72.50. So if I was trading Exxon, this would be definitely noteworthy. I don't want to see any further downward pressure right now because that's what starts opening up the door to a further decline. Right now, for it to go back to being bullish, it would need to take out that most recent high on 423. And when I say high, it's always closing price. I'm not necessarily worried about intraday prices. So it's 83.38 was the close. That's where it needs to get above to rejuvenate, re-energize the bullish trend. Right now, neutral at best. How about Intel? Stock got beaten up on Friday. And I commented about this in the Thursday video. 53 was sort of line to watch. We closed at 52.43. The downside target now is going to be the 200-day moving average at 49, still about $3 lower. Tesla, I talked about it Thursday night's video, broke below 250. Well, Friday there was definitely some downward pressure, clearly now below, clearly cleanly, whatever you want to call it, the 250 area target, right there about one, and we're ballparking this, there's no specific number, 185. So that's like 50 some bucks, 20% lower. There's nothing in here that acted as a pause point where bulls and bears battled. I mean, here was a battle where the bears started trying to sink it and the bulls came in and bought. So this is going to be a natural stop loss for those bullish people. Well, we blew through that. Now the next big battle is going to be down around that 185 area, which was a low here. There was some previous lows, but then we had a dip below here too. But initially, 185 and then down here. Not saying it's going to get there. This is just technical analysis. We're looking at where points of interest might be, where battles took place, reversals, whether it be bullish or bearish reversals. Tesla's just got a lot of bad press right now. Here is Capital One. Let's go back to a one-year daily chart. Big move on Friday for COF. We took out the little double top here at 90 before the December carnage took place. Target is 100. 7% higher or so, the new all-time, back to its all-time highs. Now, we have some companies reporting this week. One is Google. They're due to report on Monday, according to Thinkorswim, after the market closes. We're already sitting up there at all-time highs. This could be a big market mover. How about Apple? They're due to have earnings on Tuesday. It's going to be a 1-2 punch, Monday, then Tuesday. There are your highs, here are your lows, anything in between. We just got to wait and see. There's no way to truly predict what's going to happen. We'll just have to wait and see. The big change was when it got above the 50-day on that earnings report, which I highlighted for you guys back at the end of January. Getting above that institutional moving average was a sign, okay, the sentiment is now shifted. And look what happened. So ballpark at 165, right up to in the 200s. Very, very easy to follow that, in my opinion. KHC, Kraft, Heinz, still a stock that a lot of folks are watching. Me too. Going nowhere fast. Maybe this earnings report on Tuesday as well is going to be the catalyst to either get us above the 50-day or maybe it's going to sink us lower. But what it looks like now, from that gap down, the blood's been spilled, so to speak. Now they're just waiting for the next news event. And here's something else I brought in, BJRI, which is BJ's Restaurants. The stock's been pretty much below the 50-day since November, a little bit above, but then earnings sank it. Well, now we're seeing big volume spikes showing bigger monies coming in on the earnings report. Target's going to be 57.50, which is the 200-day. Above that, and there's a little bit of a pause here, mid-60s, and then it's back up here. But this is absolutely, in my opinion, what a change in sentiment around the stock is. It's been down, 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 down. Fundamental event, earnings spike. If I was still bearish on this stock, I'd have to take a step away and say, it's not bearish anymore. It's now turning bullish. So that's it. Nice little short video. Wish you guys all the best in the week ahead. And I'll be back with you in tomorrow's video. Take good care.